So, for my presentation on who I think the best leader in sports is, I'm going to talk about Jose Altuve. So, I do think Jose Altuve is one of, if not the best leaders in sports because of how he carries himself as well as how he carries not only his teammates but the entire organization of the Houston Astros as a whole. In terms of his leadership personality style, I am referencing the first PowerPoint in the first module of one of my sports management classes. And it says accommodation appropriate. That type of personality style is for when someone was wronged and the relationship needs to be repaired, such as in terms of forgiving someone. And whenever I read that, I immediately thought of back in 2017, whenever the Astros did cheat, at least for a few games in part of that season, and about how it was extremely important that the team repair the relationship that they have with not only their fan base but with fellow players amongst Major League Baseball and amongst fans that weren't Astros fans, fans that were then going to paint the Astros as the villains and the bad guys. And the reason why Jose Altuve comes to mind is because he was one of the few Astros that came forward in a press conference and were like, look, yeah, this is what happened. We did it, and we're ashamed of it, and we're incredibly sorry that we did it, and we shouldn't have done it. And that leadership personality style really stuck out to me for that reason. And then another point that I would like to make regarding a different PowerPoint from the same module is about how leadership is a relationship. It says that leadership is not a linear process, but rather a two-way street. And one instance that immediately came to my head was whenever Jose Altuve approached Yordan Alvarez, who is one of the most powerful hitters in all of Major League Baseball and one of the best hitters at that. How after Yordan got out of a slump by hitting a home run, Jose Altuve came up to him and just flat out commended him for what he did, and also helped tell him, hey, yes, you did hit it out, but here's what you can do better next time. And I also saw him do the same thing with Mauricio Dubon, but in terms of Dubon, he was still in his slump. He was still struggling. And this happened actually just last season, I want to say, where the cameras actually caught Altuve go up to Dubon and pick him up and be like, hey, dude, it's okay. Like, this is a part of baseball. You're going to get through it, and it's going to be okay. And then I also wanted to look at an outside source. So I found an article written by Paper City Magazine, and one line that really stuck out to me says part of the way Altuve endears himself to his teammates is by never trying to take any credit for himself. And that's the most obvious statement I've ever read in my life. If you've watched an Astros game, if you've watched an interview that Jose has done, the last thing he will ever do, I've never seen him do it, and I've been an Astros fan for all of my life, he never, ever takes credit. He always splits the credit with his teammates. Even if there was quite seriously one time Jose won the game. He hit the game-winning hit, brought in a run that made the Astros have a walk-off win, and he still would not take credit. He still said, I owe it to my teammates. Oh, I want to share this with my teammates. Like, this wasn't just me, it was all of us coming together to win this. And I mean, I think all of those qualities that he has and all of those leadership styles and qualities that he possesses, I think that makes him one of the best leaders in sports.